Yep, recording starts.
Welcome everyone. This is VCT Pacific Stage 1 Scrum. For today we have Frost and Cruz from TALON. Before we jump into the Q&A session, let's begin by hearing from both on their thoughts of the game.
Thoughts of the game. Look, I think at the end of the day, this was the potential I've been talking about. I think the season, from my perspective, has been a total failure. I think I didn't prepare Jit well enough last week to go through what he experienced. I feel terrible for that. I think at the end of the day, I'm happy for Primi to finally feel as if, like, you know, on a world stage against one of the best teams, that he can actually show his true potential. I remember there's a funny thing that happened inside of our team. One of our players missed a dart break during T1, and he literally, after the round, tells everybody, guys, if you just break my fucking dart, I will kill everybody. And it was against T1, and I'm pretty sure I told Cruz that he turned a corner that day. You remember that conversation? And I think he's probably never looked back. I think our inconsistencies, I don't necessarily blame him, but I think our inconsistencies are just lack of experience. We still have 3 rookies. So I'm not very happy or particularly proud about this win. I mean, I don't think we should be 3-2. But it's good that people are finally seeing that these guys are really talented and obviously really good and what they're capable of. And for that, I'm happy. But I still think our record is abysmal considering the talent.
I feel the same. I think I'm just glad that we get to show what we actually are, and that we can be the team to beat everybody that I thought we would. But even though, like what he said, we shouldn't be in the position we are right now, but I just feel like at least I have hope. So I think, yeah, it feels good to know that I didn't make a mistake. Yeah.
Thank you. And now we'll move on to the on-site questions.
Hello, I'm Aru. Congratulations on the win today. My first question is to both of you guys. This is your first set win in several hundred days. I would like to hear your statement about it. Thank you.
Surprising to me as well. I think it's more of like, I think we just stopped being scared. I think it was all of that because, like, one of the performance coach we had said he's like,
Shout out to David.
yeah, shout out to David, that if we get punched in the face, our team seems to be like, we get punched, we don't stand back up. And today it's a day where, like, if we get punched and we don't stand back up, there's no more other chances. So I think that's probably why we felt like we had to do something, and maybe it's time for a change. Stop being a
Bitches. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really going to repeat what he said. I'll just say that I also think that Cruz, I mean, I've been saying for a while how good he is as an IGL, but I also think that if you watch the game, they didn't really have a chance. So I think it helps that Cruz called a good game, bailed us out of some problems, and that probably was a turnaround, because I have also lamented him for sometimes not reading the game as well as I think he could on first maps, in particular in kickoffs. But I definitely think that this series in particular just shows the gap between, like I told him in the back, actually, the gap between Cruz the first season of VCT Pacific and now, they're not even playing the same game. He's incredible. So definitely that first map, remember it was 6-6. That defense was a master class. And I mean, you know, I don't even think T1 particularly played bad. I felt bad for Buzz. He was getting killed in some random places, but it's because Cruz put people in positions that said, wait for X happens, 5v4. So I was really happy with that. I think that is the reason we finally broke the fucking streak. Nothing else. It wasn't even warm up. Half those guys didn't even warm up. Anyways.
Thank you. And my question, the second question is for Frost. You said on the Nongshim versus Nongshim interview that that the Haven was like one of your most prepared map, but you was frustrated to it being shown as the most unprepared map.
Yeah.
And Haven is known as one of the T1 strongest map. And I would like to know your thoughts about what was the most difference between versus Nongshim game and today. Thank you.
Okay, the biggest difference is the way we play double sentinel. But the truth is, today's Haven wasn't prepared by me. It was Cruz's idea. So I taught our team how to use Deadlock early last year, and I was very big on how strong she is. And Boaster did us a favor and helped us with their comp. And I don't remember what happened exactly, but I remember one day Cruz basically goes, yo, I think I have an idea. I think I know how you counter Fnatic's comp. I want to try this. So he just showed it to me on VALORANT, and we just talked about it. And I said, yeah, okay, go. And then we played tier 1 teams that are in the league, and it was a destruction. And then we basically pocketed it. We saved it specifically for this. We thought we would be fighting for the 1 seed when we used it, so it's unfortunate. But we've had this for almost a month, and it was his idea. So I think what happened in that game is simple. We've been struggling with double sentinels because our kids keep wanting to play as if it's double duelist on double sentinels. Today we played like it was a double sentinels comp, and I think the strength is obvious, but I think that Cruz's understanding of Fnatic's comp and then also the idea to counter it gave us a really nice advantage on Haven. If we can be more patient, I think Haven is actually fine even if we go back to Fnatic comp. It's just I have 3 rookies, and it is miserable.
Thank you very much. Good luck on the playoffs.
Thank you.
Hello, guys. Good to see you, and congrats with the win and qualifying. So,
Win losers.
a win is a win.
Sorry.
Yeah, you've been talking a lot about the potential of this team, and
Yep.
now finally we see it, as you mentioned before. So I have this scene from Avengers in my head, like, what did it take? Everything, you know? So that's my question. What did it take for this team to actually, like, you know, overcome that hump and start playing the way they were designed to, in your opinion? And I would love to hear Cruz's thoughts as well, if possible. Thank you.
Thank you. For me, I think it's just the frustration of these losses made them reflect on why they're losing and how they're losing. And I think you have to have uncomfortable conversations when that happens. And we've been really hard. I mean, I've been probably the most hard on Killua. And I thought he did a great job with communication. Obviously, I can't understand what the fuck he's saying, but I hear his voice, so I know like he's at least trying to help, which has been very different than I think in the past. So I think they just need to they're 3 rookies. They just need to lose, learn what it's like, go through more work weeks like Jit did last week of like preparing a game plan, studying a team, like, you know, like trying to have a cohesive strategy and then making sure people like Primi don't mess it up, you know. So I think with time they'll be very strong. I think so. My assistant coach Jovi predicted that we'd be 2-3 before the season started. And my ego got the best of me. And I was like, bro, there's no way. We go 4-1 in that group every time. And the truth is, the reason he felt that way is simply because our inexperience shows a lot. And I mean a lot. Obviously, way more than the other team. But the reason I was confident was because the skill level is just so different. And these guys are so talented. And they're quick learners. So I think that Jovi's prediction of in season 2 we're going to be a nightmare. I actually believe more now that he had the right read on sort of what was in like the locker room, because after losing to Zeta, this week of preparation was pretty good. And I think Killua, from his perspective, new role, new team, first time in VCT. I think his ability to kind of like take the lumps and sort of take some of the blame as to what happened last week, and then come in this week against obviously one of the best teams in the world, the last major winner, and to sort of like help Cruz in the mid round and sort of be the guy that we expected him to be. Uh, I think is a huge difference between how we played last week and how we played this week. Obviously, the biggest difference is the fact that I have Cruz back, right? So, but the kids also showed a lot of resilience from the last loss, and for that I'm grateful. But it's still unlucky that we lose to yeah.
To me, I think I just feel like they wanted it, and they started to playing together, taking everyone like having accountability. The kids start getting mad at each other in practice instead of like being soft. Like they really want to win. Like, why are you doing this when it's work? It's not you know playing with friends anymore. It's work. We really want to win. I Nobody wants to be wasting our time here. So I think they got that, and they were working really hard. Um, People are getting frustrated, but at least we know that everybody wanted it. So I think that's probably why, like, that's the change in the team dynamics that made today happen as well. Even though my call could be like perfect on point, but then if they were doing the things they were last few weeks, it wouldn't have happened anyways because they would just be doing random stuff. This guy will peak and then they won't even talk, and it's just all sorts of those kind of things. So I think that's probably why.
And I think it's great that they have you to help you with all this journey that they are on. So, and my last question is, what's the plan for playoffs?
Plan is simple. We're in losers bracket because that's what we deserve, and if we lose, we go home. So we have to take every day very seriously. I think they've earned a day off. Obviously, tomorrow will be a day off, and then when we get back to the lab, we need to have multiple comps. I think I want to go back to multiple comps, and I want to scare every coaching staff because I think what I saw out of Zeto was just if you just hard. I mean, the same with RIQ. Hard antis seem to be the easiest way to beat us because a lot of these kids, even if you in a scouting report you say, "Hey, you've been doing this a lot, so expect this. You should position here." Sometimes they don't remember it because the heat of the moment. So I think going back to what we did before and letting everybody know that now so that they're already in panic when they play us is going to be good because yeah, I think those guys, especially playing against Premier losers, good luck with that. Like tough. So yeah, that's going to be our preparation. And I believe if we qualify in the fourth seed, we don't play till May 3rd. So I have even more time than most other teams. So that's going to be nice.
Okay, good luck in playoffs, guys.
Yep.
Thank you. We'll now take questions. Those joining us virtually, please use the hand raise function if you have any question. Okay.
Anna, please go ahead.
Hey guys, Arnab here. First of all, congrats on the win. My question is for Cruz first. Uh, I remember talking to you and Joey during the pre-press conference event, and Joey said that addition of him has been in the team as a good cop and a bad cop uh, between the two coaches, and since then it has been an upward trajectory for you guys. I want to know from your perspective how uh, the mesh between the two coaches have been Frost and Jovi, and how it has helped you uh, to become a better IGL and I'll say good team leader for the new rookies in the team, which we have been talking about throughout this press conference.
So since y'all know that Frost and I, we've been together since 2023 at the end. So we've been together for like a year or two, and then I feel like I already know him in and out. He he's the closest thing to my dad right now, and I feel like that has made me got a lot of his, like, the way he thinks, the way he feels, all of that. And having two of Hector with four kids is not really nice. So Jovi is more of like a very happy guy. And regardless of win or lose, he'll always try to bring the mood up because kids are kids, right? And both of us really want to win. I know they do too, but like we just can't always be nice because to be able to see our, like, those kids get to the point where they want to be, I don't think we can just let things go easily. So it's nice having Jovi to like set things straight when we're not having a good time. He's also mad sometimes. Like he'll try to fix things, but it's always in a nice manner. So I think it's good to have him. It's like black and white. So yeah, it's been really good for me. I feel like they've been lowering my workload because they really want to help and they really want to get those kids to the point where I don't need to do as much anymore. Yeah.
Thank you. My second question would be to Coach Frost. I don't know if you remember or not, but last year when you lost during the stage 2 event, you said that this team has a potential. At that time, Governor and Ban were in the team, but you said that the team has the potential. I know there is potential between the team, but we need to showcase it. And right now, the team has been performing really good compared to last season, but there are still gaps that needs to be filled up. What do you think you guys need to work upon the most, especially playoffs and masters and champions on the line?
I think what I've come to understand about these guys is um, I need to probably work on more theory. I think I over relied on their aim and their ability, and I had us almost sort of early in this season playing like old PRX. And I think that, even though their mechanics are obviously very good and I believe in it really highly, I think the problem is everyone in Pacific has gotten a lot better, a lot smarter. I mean, you have coaching staffs like RQ. You obviously saw what Zeta did. We have to go up against Nongshim. So it's not really free wins. So it probably was a misunderstanding of, I think, the direction that the league is going in. That I thought it was probably a good idea to want to swing and bang with the types of shooters I have. So over the last couple of weeks, I mean, especially this week too, we really focused on, I think, map theory and sort of like understanding, like, or just making sure that we have a good understanding of how we want to react when certain things happen. And if we're able to predict it well enough, then they should have an easier time playing. And I think that's probably the thing that I need to lean on more going into season 2, because the mechanics are always going to be there. But the problem is, you know, you don't warm up, you don't have a good day, you can end up susceptible to just freak losses. But if you're smart, you can always bail yourself out of problems. That's like obviously what Cruz did today. So yeah, hope I answered your question.
Yeah, I think I got the gist of it. Thank you and best of luck for playoffs. And I hope to see you guys in Toronto because I know what you guys have been doing behind the scene and you guys deserve the spot. Thank you.
Thank you. And that's all for today's question. And now we're wrapping up the scrum with Team Talon. Thank you.